Hi, today is October 14th, 2023, and here are my poems for the day. First one is poem number 1649 for the year, Bartleby Me. The Barnes & Noble on 82nd and Broadway has a big placard reproducing the cover of Gay Talese's new book. The book is called Bartleby and Me, but the placard just says Bartleby Me. If I were Gay Toulouse, I'd be pissed off. At least they got his name right. If I were Gay Toulouse and they had my name on the placard as Gay Toulouse or Straight Talese, I'd be even more pissed off. If I were Barnes & Noble, I'd sure be embarrassed. But if I were Gay Talese, I'd just be pissed off. Poem number 1650, Bartleby and Me and Philip and Maggie. Gay Talese's book references a well-known story by Herman Melville. One of the very few things that Maggie Estep ordered me to do was to read Bartleby the Scrivener by Melville. I fucking loved that story, although not as much as another book she insisted I read, Portnoy's Complaint. I ought to reread both of those motherfuckers. Generally speaking, I ought to read more, but I'm not going to read right now because I'm writing. I hope you're cool with that. Poem number 1651, Content, Content. The content was content, except that it didn't like being referred to as content. Poem number 1652, Incontinent Content. The content should not have drank the water. The content had been in the bathroom for several hours. Start again. Poem number 1652, Incontinent Content. The content should not have drank the water. The content has been in the bathroom for the past several hours. The content might need to go to the hospital. The content probably isn't going to get a lot of likes on Instagram today. The content may have to call in sick on Monday. The content can't believe it ate the whole thing. The content can't believe it still makes references to TV commercials from the 1970s. The content had been content, but it sure as shit isn't content now. Hopefully the content will feel better tomorrow. The content needs to be a little more careful about what it eats and drinks. The content isn't as young as it used to be. Poem number 1653, Table of Content. I'm messing myself up here. Poem number 1653, Table of Content. The host set the table with self-satisfaction, gratitude, a feeling of self-worth, the sense of having gotten enough done, and a wide array of condiments. The dinner party was an unequivocal success for all of the guests, but not for the host. Sometimes there was simply no pleasing the host, but there would be another party next week and another table of content, so there was hope for the future. Poem number 1654, Discontented Table. Once the table had been cleared, there was a feeling of emptiness, uselessness, and despair. Riddled with a lack of raison d'etre, the table tried to walk to the window and throw itself out. But the chairs, who loved the table, held the table in its place. They reminded the table that there would be another dinner party next week. Then they distracted the table with a discussion of forthcoming films and a bit of tea about the silverware. The table felt better almost immediately, and by the end of the day had only the slightest iota of displeasure. It was still a discontented table, but after receiving love and attention from its friends, it was much less so. And the last poem of the day, poem number 1655, Two Cups. He had no coffee to offer her. All he had was tea. She was turned off by the offer of tea and went out for coffee. She came back with 2 cups and offered him coffee, and although it had been a long time for him, he accepted her offer of coffee, and they enjoyed a highly caffeinated morning together. All right, that's it. Thank you. I appreciate you. I do. Thank you.